Okay, this video is going to cover what we covered in 2.1 in the textbook, which is using spreadsheet formulas and how to use spreadsheets. So it's up to you. Some of you might be more comfortable with Excel, so that's great. I like to give the option for Google Sheets since it's free for you students. You also can access Excel for free as well. But I'm going to use Google Sheets for these lessons. And if you want to know how to access Google Sheets, you can go to, there's two ways. You could go to, I'm going to get rid of Desmos, here and just Google Sheets, and it will come up. And I'm going to do business, go to Google Sheets, and if I'm signed into my PCC, it will come up for me. The other way is when you're in your Gmail, there's like a 3x3 grid in the upper top right corner, and if you select that, you'll see Google Sheets in there as well. Okay, so let's get some terminology down so we know what we're doing in these Google Sheets. We're going to compare using two different formulas. So one formula is future value, and this is given to you like so. It prompts you with all of these inputs. Whoops, I don't mean to do that. So this Google Sheets will prompt you with. Before I get there, let's just realize that FV means future value. So here you're looking for what you'll have at the end, hence future. So another way to look at that is future value of investments. Where PV stands for present value, and again we'll talk about what all these inputs mean in a second, but before we get there, PV stands for present value. And so this is when you're looking for what to deposit. In other words, monthly deposits. So I'm not looking for the end result. That will typically be given to me. I just want to know what I need to put in monthly or however many times I'm going to invest in order to get to that end result. So the R, the rate, which is, let me go ahead and just do this quickly. The rate is the first input after you enter FV or PV, and I'm going to show you that soon. And this is the interest rate. And be careful of this in decimal form. Per period. This is going to be very important. Now, this is why I had a review on percentages, because if I say 6%, remember 0.06 is very different than 0.6. So 6%, just a little side note here, is 0.6, because that could royally mess up your answers. So the next input they're going to ask for is NPR. Well, that is number of compounding periods. And again, this will all make sense in a second. The next guy, payment, PMT, is abbreviation for payment. So this is any amount of regular payments. This will make more sense. 0 if there are none. Then you'll see the next thing is they ask for PV in the future value one. Let me just change that pen color. PV, again, stands for present value. And it's the initial deposit or the value right now. Whereas the other PV, present value formula, prompts you with an FV, which is also known as future value. And this is the value of the balance in the future. Now the last thing it prompts you with is this idea of type. We don't use this. So this is optional. This is more for accounting, and we're learning the very beginnings of accounting in here, so we're not going to use it. This is just talking about whether I don't need those quotes. Whether the payment comes out in the beginning of the cycle or end of the cycle. Again, we will not use it. Or the payment period, like say, does it come out in the beginning of the month or the end of the month? Okay, so we are going to put all of this to use in the next example, but I'm going to stop the video here so then you can always come back to this easily if you forget what any of these inputs are.